So there were a lot of cases of things that were going on where the private sector was concerned. And we were saying that we need to make sure that global markets not just deliver for business in terms of profitability, but we also do it in a way that we are caring for people who we are impacting, but also protecting the environment. And so that proposal that Kofi Annan made was taken up by about 12 business leaders who said, yes, we are willing to join the UN to make sure that we abide by some common values or principles. And so these principles are around 4 key issue areas, touching on human rights, environmental stewardship, labor standards, as well as anti-corruption. And so they committed and they said they will work with the UN system to make sure that they embed these principles in their business strategies and operations. So fast forward today, the UN Global Compact has become the world's largest voluntary corporate sustainability initiative that has a mandate to work with the global business community to operationalize the 10 principles, and these 10 principles are on those 4 issue areas I've just mentioned. And so we support these companies when they sign up, because they sign up to say that they commit to these principles, to make sure that they understand how to also unpack the commitment practically within their businesses. And so we do that through our country network. So we are a global organization, but we are firmly rooted at country level, where we have presence in over about 70 countries and growing. So I happen to oversee the country operations of the Global Compact Network here in Kenya, which has been around since the year 2005. But it was relaunched again in 2008, meaning we were not seeing traction with the business community in them understanding the importance of sustainability. And so we even had to move office from UNDP in Gigiri to here, where the private sector is actually domiciled. So CAM, KEPSA, FKE co-host the network in Kenya. But we have come offering the Secretariat, administrative support services to us. So, I mean, when I joined in 2013, I joined, I think it only had about maybe 60 or so, signatory companies. It was not a very vibrant network, meaning there was not much in terms of, capacity support to really help business, understand the agenda, but also take action. So when I came in, I had to quickly put in the structures in terms of the governance, but also quickly put together a solid value proposition for companies to understand what it is we are trying to achieve as far as our mandate is concerned, but also attract them to join, because we do require leadership commitments for companies to participate in our initiative, and it has to come at either CEO level or corporate boards. And you can imagine, to secure that level of commitment, you have to really make your case. So that has been the work that I've been doing, and we are now the largest network of the UN Global Compact in Africa, as you mentioned, also in the Middle East region. So it's a testament to where also the Kenyan business community mindset is going, as far as them understanding what their role in society means. If you look at a lot of the challenges that we faced over the last couple of years, the climate one, of course, being the obvious one, who are on the front line trying to demand for accountability, trying to really raise the level of consciousness of world leaders, both business and governments. It's young people. It's our Elizabeth Wathuti here in Kenya. It is Greta Thunberg. It is Vanessa Nakate in Uganda. It is these young people who are telling us, hey, it is actually our future you're robbing. The things that you're doing today, it is we who are going to pay tomorrow. And so for me, young people need to understand that they have such a deep stake in society and in the world that we live in today. Don't think it is your father, your mother, your grandmother, and their time their time is going.
Yeah.
It is our future that we need to care about and to demand that more needs to be done to safeguard the planet for us. So I always say that as young people, at individual level, let's understand that we all can make a change at that level. Before you even think of grand and big things, no, the small actions that you take. You in your house, yes, utalia KPLC, token in Asia, but or even in a public place like I always tell my staff, I mean, okay, granted, it's the organization that is paying the electricity bill. You don't have to worry about it. But connecting some of these issues to how they will affect you ultimately is where you can actually create a change. I'm the one person who will always, I live here late, on average 7 p.m., 8 p.m. I will go around the boardrooms, I think you saw, and switch off the lights. Because sometimes it doesn't occur to people that that's what it means, that's what it takes. So here in Kenya, of course, we've been very progressive. You've mentioned the 2/3 gender rule. And so from a policy standpoint, I think that's a very positive thing that we have. But we also need goodwill to effectively translate, that policy position. And we need to also, as organizations working in this space, to ensure that we do our part to capacitate organizations to be more deliberate, intentional in how they are, setting targets to address all these different barriers. We have a strategy we are currently, rolling out with an ambition to make sure that for us to scale up action, to drive ambition of the private sector, we need, as the Global Compact, to deploy a lot of the support we are offering companies in a different way. So all of our networks, like my office here, we do workshops, trainings, and you train a few individuals, a few companies here and there. But for us to deliver awareness at the scale that we need, we've actually had to invest digitally. And we came up with what we are calling the UN Global Compact Academy. So it's an online learning platform that we have made available and invested very heavily to make sure that all our member companies and even some courses we've opened up to the public. They are open course. If you are interested, follow our LinkedIn. You can be able to enroll and take up a course. But what this academy has helped us achieve is that whether you are a company with 5 employees or you have 2 million employees, all of them can have access to the same training content. So what does that do? That is helping us achieve scale and move companies faster to mainstream sustainability at all levels of the business. So it could be at leadership, it could be procurement, HR, ICT, finance. Everybody within the business can have access to training material and content that is relevant to help them, advance their own work.